is there more soldiers on the other side of that EMA? Did they go pick up new soldiers? Because, you know, now that it's weak, to kind of give y'all a little background, right? I love trading. I've done trading for a long period of time, and oh, come on, 4:30. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of After the Trades as we go ahead and get into interest rates and all that good stuff. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button. When it's all said and done, it helps the algorithm. And I'm going to say thank you to everybody. I am 107 subscribers away from that number of 500. So I thank every one of y'all that follows me. And let's go ahead and conquer. Got the next day in, and this thing is on some can't stop, won't stop. Like, you know what? He's not in the best of light right now, so I don't want to use that name. The former artist known as Something Daddy, right? And we kind of go ahead and try to make this move. Nice pin bar right here on the daily. Nice explosion to the top side, letting us know that there was a very, very small amount of weak impact on the market. And yeah, see what happens. We got 3 minutes until the market opens up. Don't forget, you know, when we kind of come into this, we actually play the opening range. If you haven't played opening range with us, it's a very simple strategy, nothing super spectacular. We just take the first 15 minutes of the candle, look for the opening range. We just go ahead and break out to the top or the bottom respectively. So that said, time to work. Time to work. What do we got? We got a couple of things that I noticed, especially over at oil. I thought we could break through a little bit more, but yep, that's a nice little reversal. We're in between two different order blocks. You got some highs here, you got some lows here, and they're trying to build an accumulation. Is this the accumulation to go ahead and take this out? Looking like a W pattern. We'll see what happens there. This is gold. Gold is starting to lose a little bit of its luster as it's kept on making higher highs over and over again. I think a lot of profit taking is being taken from this area here at these upper registers. So let's see if any new buyer steps in, or are they going to catch knives. Let's look at the British pound. Great explosion to the upside as they liquidate everybody that was looking at this head and shoulder. Nice little W right here. If we go ahead and mark this off for our measured move would be about right here. Here's our explosion, and about 25% of that is actually taken, not the full 50%, and this is the target I was kind of looking for. So we'll see what happens there. And then last, let's go ahead and get over to the US dollar. This thing is quaking to go ahead and do some damage to anyone that thinks that this thing is going to stay bullish. We went ahead and broke some key levels. I thought when the market keep on dropping, I was aiming for 95 and some change somewhere around here, but it looks like we're getting a nice little reversal before the fact. Maybe one more spike through that brings us back into here, and that's going to be the real explosion to make the dollar get back up into that 199 area. All right, so let's get back over to NQ. Market is going to be opening in the next 20 seconds. And yeah, you already know how the game goes. This is what we're doing. All right, let's change this over to the 15-minute. That way we're fully ready. Let me move my charts around because I've been playing around with some stuff. Knife entry, you can go over here because knife entry should have, yes, is this my range? Yeah, this is range. Alright, get a few alerts coming in. Some of my dividends are coming in too. We did push up kind of hard too. That's the other thing. Let me go see what my Robinhood looks like. hood is looking really, really good. Let me see some of my market values. Okay, break even there. These are my full positions up to here, and then we got some fours. Okay, very interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and see. So far, it looks like they're doing a massive sell-off. Like I said, if that US dollar starts to fall, we're probably going to get another push up into here. We got a fair value gap on this 15-minute that we probably could be targeting, which is this little area right here, as they're trying to discern and decipher if they're going to go ahead and push up a little bit higher or they're going to push back down. So we're going to go ahead and call this a bearish fair value gap. We'll see what happens there. I'll check those signals in a little bit. And another bit of a push. Stranger Danger sitting at 673. See how strange it gets over there. I remember. Yeah, right. Where we are in here on the line. Oh, almost 600. I was off by 50 bucks. So the crazy thing about it, I did something very interesting. I had took some 650 QQQ calls a few weeks back, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks back, when we kind of started making this uprise, and I had a feeling that we could kind of put some pressure to that. Again, nice little reversal here. And I am a little upset that I didn't just go ahead and stuck with it, but you know, the game is a certain way. That's how the market operates. You can't cry over spilled ticks or spilled profits and their opportunity. So we just take it for what it is. We don't cry about it because it didn't get to the money. It didn't do anything, which I'm okay with. But it would have been crazy. I paid like $26 for that contract. If it got to the 650 with this whole entire push up, let me see what that contract would look like right now. It would be closer to the money. I would be getting like 1,000% at this point because it's over about 260 if it got to the money. If it got deep, I was thinking we were gonna get deep into it because it was a big push. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, it was a big push. Probably would have even got into like 340, maybe even 420. But we'll see. All right, we're starting to get a little push inside of here. Let me see if I could find anything that I would find fun. Yeah, I probably would scalp something like this, like take an upside, holding that 702. See if we get a reversal here, and they're trying to liquidate, folks. Using that 700 as a rejection point. Now, you got to understand, 700 is a strong psychological level, and we didn't really establish any levels above here. Like 725 failed, 750 failed, and when we tried to get to 775 after the news on jobs report, it didn't really go that far. So we could really dump after making such a massive move on the overnight session. That was a good one right there. That was a 14-point drop. Should have keyed off on that one. I'm paper trading a new strategy to align with my current strategy, giving me some insight on how I'm gonna enter certain trades. And I would have entered at the 695 to play it down, and that was the pop down. They're trying to give it a bounce again. Let's see if it can give it. It got to get above 702 for us to take this any serious. Let's see if we can get there. I don't want to go too granular on this. I was going to go down to these micro time frames to really like scalp the crap out of this. But nah, I think I'm going to stay a little light on it. Let's full size you real quick. Nice little 5-minute fair value gap up from 715. I think that's what they really want. Can't hold that 700. Can't hold that 700. Might be coming back down here. See if we get a little bit of a reversal here. Having a hard time holding that 700. Oof. I was about to slide that bad boy into profit. It might hit me. I didn't react fast enough. That's the funny thing about these smaller time frames. You gotta be quicker than that. I probably should have reversed it there. Let's take this to the upside. They keep beating up that 700. Let's see if we can hold some levels. Looking very choppy back and forth. Stop with the chop. Okay, they reloaded. See if we can get a solid push here. Getting above it again. Like I said, 702 is the level I'm more worrying about. Seeing if we can hold that. Looks like we're not gonna hold it. Oh, oh, oh. Second chance. Second chance. Oof. It was so close to get to that 715. So close. So close. Let's adjust this line. That's part of our range. As we continue. Actually, you know what? I'm breaking my neck by doing that. Let me put you here and put you over there, because I don't need you over here. Because I'm looking at like multiple things. Come on. Get that fixed. There we go. Feeling like shortening it again. I feel like shorting it again. Hey, good morning, Javi. How you doing? Hopefully. Congratulations. Whoop, whoop. Celebration. We need to pop bottles for that one. That's good. Please tell me it was positive, though. Yeesh. How bad? Ugh. Which part? The dojis? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, hers is just riskier, if anything. I'm not saying that it's wrong. It's just if you're wrong, that range can be kind of wide. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You take the trade to that continuation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Yes, that's the answer. Yes, that's what it's built for. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah, that's no problem. We'll do that right as soon as I let YouTube go. Because the goal is to recognize these patterns, and when you recognize the patterns, then you feel more confident when you see the pattern pop up again. You won't hesitate. Hmm. Yes, it does. No, that's good. That's good. Because the whole purpose of that conversation we had was to open your mind to other possibilities, and if you see something else, so it sounds like you saw something else. That's good. It feels good to get paid. Yes, correct. We may get a reversal here. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Kind of get warmed up. Get in the was it the bullpen for pitches? Thesis. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If we break under 638, we might go lower. Oh, we already started to 638. Yeah. It's the low of a previous level that we responded and kind of bounced off of. So, seeing if the buyers are still there or not. Mm-hmm. You talking about for more downside? Okay. Mm-hmm. But I got $200 though. I'm tightening up my stop. I'll take the 100. Uh-huh. Go ahead, go ahead. My bad, my bad, my bad. Yeah, correct. Yeah, yeah. but I already had that level marked off. I probably could have sped up my conversation a little bit because I had it marked off for almost like 2 minutes before it happened. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be higher. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I should have held on to that trade for 5 minutes before I moved my stop loss, but yeah, I'm in scalper mode. Sometimes I get so stuck in scalper mode that I be yeah, I be special. Yes, scalper mode does save you because I want to get to a point where I go into like 15 minis and I'm risking $700. And as soon as I get in, it already shows me 1,000. I put my stop loss into profit. And as soon as I put my stop loss in profit, if it explodes even further, it's great. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happens after the break even, nothing matters after that. I'll let it run exactly. So they basically came for this 15-minute fair value gap and they just bounced it right back. I almost took that reversal off of that just in case that happened. Cause why? The doji. Shimon. Oh no, I just wanted to explain it to you. Yeah, absolutely, I know you're not like that. I know that. Hmm. Well, okay. Let me come to the 1 minute, and maybe it'll be a little bit more make more sense, right? So we already know this is a reversal in itself, right? And we kind of was breaking this into what could be like a bear flag type of pattern, right? We came strongly down. We're putting in fair value gaps here, and this is the main fair value gap. This is probably where a majority of the orders are in because that's the start of the pivot, and that exploded, and they put in a new fair value gap. They probably kept on accumulating here. So I said, okay, well then, if that's the case, then the low of this candle here is the area that they're waiting for it to break below. So that's why I said 638. Well, it really works out to 639, and that's the explosion. Well, my stop loss probably above any of these wicks here. Yeah. So that's the tough one. Absolutely, absolutely. Let me put this on the screen though. Yeah, this one. Oh, you mean here? Yeah, 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 yeah. I see what you're saying. I can. Oh, watch out for 648. We're gonna go right to 650 if this keeps going. I'm gonna paper trade this one though. But yes, go ahead, finish. My bad. Mm-hmm. Oh, because I'm not one to anticipate reversals of like that unless I see a level that I feel comfortable of doing it like that. But I've done that before, and I get the whole candle. Those are fun. When you catch those can be really 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 fun. But my preference is I'm a breakout trader 90% of the time. I'm looking at a level. I'm looking correct, and then I look for support. There goes my push. I got I did 10 minis on this one, so that should be about $300 if it was one. That's $400 right there. Oh, I should have took that $600. I should have took it in my regular. This is all my setup that I like to do right there. That's there we go. 10 minis on paper, but I didn't do it on my regular account. You remember when I said this fair value gap right here? They're probably gonna go ahead and reverse it on that 15 minute. That's what I built this on. We're almost to my target. My target is like around 700, 692. So we did this reversal right off of here because they came to fill the fair value gap, but we're sitting on top of other fair value gaps. Hence the reason why this trend is still intact. I'm locking in 7 grand, which would be $700. Ah, should have took it with it because I knew it was going to touch this fair value gap. They're trying to get the rest of this fair value gap here. There's order blocks by this doji here, technically, because we kind of put it right there. On top, yeah, jambalaya rice order block. You got a little bit of a doji order blocks on these. Yeah. Yes, which I'm waiting for it to show me some sense of a reversal. Again, I'm probably gonna stick on paper on this one, but I'm probably gonna go ahead and play it to the downside of this thing, give me a good sense of reversal. It's all good. Nah, I love the questions because it lets me know what I'm thinking out loud, so I don't forget them. So trust me, I'm fine with the questions. Mm-hmm. But the bulls is still buying the dip, so it's not giving no strong move down yet. Correct. Which I'm very close on playing it to the downside in a few seconds because this thing just rejected more numerous times, and they haven't taken out anything on these highs here. Like I need them to take this wick out for me to feel like it's gonna push back up. Yeah, no 1 minute. Yeah, it breaks 679. I might short it. That's what I want, Javi. You gotta come enjoy some sunshine, get away from the cold up there. Margarita, yeah, yeah. I'll be there right with you. This during the summer, I could imagine that. Yeah, because a lot. So what ends up happening? A lot of people from Canada, New York, and everything comes down here, and it shoots the price all the way up. And then you slam that with Christmas and New Year's coming and all that. I'm gonna tighten up my stop now. Ugh, I knew they were gonna do that. That's that 679. Come on, I'm stuck. Oh, absolutely. That way you can replenish and refresh in the waters of the beach. Absolutely. No need to be hot and muggy in the middle of the Midwest. Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same. But, but I think we're still gonna go down. I think Javi. I think I've unlocked the cheat code on playing inside the ranges. I think I've unlocked it. I think I've unlocked it. All right. That's another 3 grand right there. Come on, don't hit my stop loss. I want to go. Come on. I thought we could get this fair value gap too. Oh man, hilarious, hilarious. Yeah, I think I'm ready to go back to my account and be a little bit more warm up. Level to level. I think we retrace. We're gonna go right back for that 700 again here. See if we can get that. came down for more of that fair value gap. Not yet. I'm about to. I'm considering this. Damn. That's what happens when you hesitate, Jeff. I was like, I'm considering this bounce at that 648, 650. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, because not just because you draw a line doesn't mean that you know for a fact. Like I'm building on the fact that we sit on top of a fair value gap, but the problem is we built a fair value gap that is burning through other fair value gaps. I hesitated. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Absolutely. Hmm. So so the way the 1 minute we so the 1 minute has built fair value gaps to burn the bullish fair value gap. So that tells me that momentum has shift. Like a lot of my price action moves in itself is anticipating where the shifts of momentum is. And I've been down 100, I'm up 100, I'm down 100, up 100, down 100, up. There we go. Wow, give me. I'll take that. I'll take the whole 400. I just closed everything. All right. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look. I didn't expect myself to make $400 off of that move. I'm not gonna lie to you because I was like, because it showed 100, took a 800. It showed 100, took 100. So it just kept on going back and forth, back and forth. So I was like, all right, I'm ready to switch back to my PA. So I was like, do I want to lose the 100? Then it showed me I was down 150. I was like, no, but this is the bounce. This is what me and Javier are talking about right now. It's sitting right on top of this whole entire level that I marked off, which is from 650 down to 638. You're going to bounce. And then now it just shot right up. So, okay, let me explain why. So, we can agree. This is a bullish fair value gap, right? Right here. That's a bullish fair value gap, right? Okay. So that means if that's the case, then that means find the rest of them because they built momentum. That's multiple bullish fair value gaps. This is the center pivot of that. I'm not sure that this is going to pan out, but I need you to break out. Because again, I'm a breakout trader. I'm not going to try to guess where the knife is that's going to stop and they're going to pull it back because I don't want to keep on getting stabbed. I could have guessed here. I could have guessed here. I could have guessed here. But now I'm starting to see that this is this whole move. Okay. From, oh, got you. I see what you're saying. So from here to here. Okay. Up all the way to the top. Fair enough. That was a 50% retracement of the entire move. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Watch for a rejection over here. No, your target should be, to be honest, whenever I do fib retracements, I'm shooting for -127 because I wanted to go past the level. Because again, the remember with retracements are basically we made a move like this and we're doing a retracement. So yes, the target should be this, right? That you said the zero, but it should be an extension of that. And my theory, what always go to my head is Elliott wave, that this will always be longer than this original move. So sometimes I'll aim for, oh, actually, and we're getting that. And we're about to get the opening range breakout right here. But the thing is, I knew we was also doing Stranger Danger. We was under it, and Stranger Danger does strange things. They use this almost like accumulation. We went back and forth here. This was a fist fight. Look where they hit, and now we just whipped off here. We might just stay inside the range of the opening range. So like this is why I mark levels sometimes. I don't mark levels for me to take them. Sometimes I mark levels and be like, all right, this is what the opening range traders would do. And then I'll put like, well, this is what the Fibonacci, that's like with the ones we just did right there. Fibonacci traders would do. And then over here is my EMA traders. Here's my VWAP traders. I put all that together. So when we were coming and attacking, we not only attacked this fair value gap, and then it bounced. We attacked this fair value gap. I wasn't sure if this was going to bounce or they're going to get the rest, because the moment we start to bounce here, it lets us know. You don't have to look at it in its physical form, but just think about it, right? If this is a fair value gap and we're filling a fair value gap and we came to 50% of it, ask yourself this question: why are we turning here? Why didn't we fill the rest of it? Because buyers are coming in and their stop loss might be at structure here. So if this fails, all the liquidity is sitting here, here, or even down here. And that's when you get your M patterns. It's safe to say the reason why open and range always was a little bit of a mixed bag, right? Because we're waiting for the 5 minute to close above this level, because I'm still looking at that, right? I'm still open range trader itself, right? It's a mixed bag because again, there's other theses that's fighting with you or against you, and you got to find that. We've got 2 minutes and 9 seconds, and it looks like we're breaking. We need to close above 702. Oh, we're back. 708. 708, and then 712 is the opening range. So they're trying to hold the 712 now. If we can hold above 708 for the next 2 minutes, I won't be surprised that the next 5 minute candle will be green. Mm-hmm. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. But I will challenge it though. If a big candle closes above any level, does not guarantee that it's going to not have a retracement. It still can be two more green candles, but it does not guarantee that there's not going to be a retracement inside of there. Because think of it this way: you know how many people that sees this green candle, they're like, "Oh my God, this is so green. Let me just get into this because I anticipate that this next one's going to be green." Then they get shot down. So 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 that can happen. So I always have one rule. If I see a massive candle that looks like a Maribozu or anything that's like big, where it kind of even overshoots the ATR, which is what built my whole entire market dominance indicator, right? I know there's a big amount of activity here. That means there's new volume here. I'm going to attack that volume. And when I attack that volume, my goal is for first a retracement, right? Which is going to give us 50 to 618, right? And we bounce off the 50 and 618, and then boom, we continue to the upside, because that's the retracement to make market dominance. Get their retracement, shake some of the current bulls off, and then the new buyers step in, and they're the ones that's going to carry us into the next level. Here it goes. This is it. To be honest, my entry should have been at 708. I just realized that we kind of like built a whole entire order block down here. I'm going to show you that in like 2 seconds. Look at that. Look at that. I should have been. I would go in here, but I should have seen the one at 708 and really. It just happened so fast because it basically finished the order block, and then the next candle we exploded to that 712, and I was like, oh, we're gonna get a retracement. So I was waiting for a retracement to touch the 713 and then take off. So it still can happen because we look very drifty, but right now we're still bullish. We are still bullish. From the time that I talked about the inchy down here, I should have took an option contract. But again, I'm still working this thesis so that way I can feel comfortable in taking these trades. Let me look at what that contract looks like now. If I did the 597 QQQs, what that would look like. 597, let's do that to today. And let's drop that down to 5 minute. 5 minute would be better. That contract was 129. Now it's at 214. It's like almost $100 move. Come on, don't drift. Don't drift. It's only drifting. I need a pullback so I can get in here. Yeah, something. Nah, the goal is to create monsters. The only thing is, I may shorten my YouTube down further. I think I'm gonna make it more of what they call it, green. What they call that thing? More greenscape, green something, right? Like it's going to be mostly fundamentals and structure. Of course, I'm going to probably still do the opening range, mark off the levels, but I don't know if I'm going to walk people through on making it. And then what I'm going to do is just tear out my zoom. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. Oh yeah, we just got to the premium zone, and this is the first time we're touching it after creating it. Here's the premium zone right here. Oh, it's actually second touch. This is the second touch of that. And we rejected. That's why smart money concepts are pretty cool too. I like their stuff. That was the pullback, but it wasn't pullback enough for me to feel comfortable. I want to feel like you're going to take out that premium. Gotta hold on to trades for 5 minutes, Jeff. 5 full minutes. That's gonna be my new goal. Hold for 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. All right, we're getting ourselves a little bit more of a rejection. I think we could come back to 708 and retest. I really do think so, but new 1 hour candles in place, new 4 hour, new 2 hour, new 30 minute. All that could be the catalyst that makes us to continue to go higher. Do I think we could get to 24,800? Very possible. Yeah, very possible, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Mm-hmm. I was having a conversation with Neil today, and I was explaining. I was like, I was like, dojis are like it's like the market's neutrality in its purest form, right? He was like, yeah, it's usually really neutral because no one can make a decision, and whoever wins the battle, and then they're taking their profits because they accumulated inside of a doji. I was like, oh yeah, that's makes a little sense, right? And then we make it higher, highest. Look at that, they're going for more, and I said, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I started like really, really brainstorming. You know what popped in my head, Javi, when I started brainstorming? I was like, oh, is it me or could it be like dojis are the eye of a hurricane before it comes right over and starts to really take out some losses? You think a beginning of a hurricane before it starts building it up? Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. 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 We don't. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. 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 Exactly. Right before it gets there, and then as soon as it makes it, yeah, and then that's when the chaos kind of comes in, and then now the hurricane's done. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it going to be a category one, two, three, four, five? It's still building up. Yeah. Yeah. Now it turns into an unstoppable force. Yeah. 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 No, I like that. I that's another way of looking at it. I like that. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Just be a little careful because we're sitting right at the Maribozu that just popped in here. You know Maribozu, right? Let me do it like this. Let me get the exact definition. So Maribozu is a long candlestick with no or little wicks, indicating strong, uninterrupted price movement. But bullish Maribozu is a green, aka white, and has an open and low close that are at the high. Open at the low and close at the high, showing buyers are in control, while bearish Maribozu is the opposite. Maribozu candles are powerful signals of trend strength and direction, but should be confirmed with other indicators. So that's what I said. When you took that drop, this if this Maribozu turns into a order block type of thing, like let's just say if we put a fib on this entire candle in itself, right? Let's just say the 236 will probably have a reaction. We already know that the 618 is really going to have a reaction, but all of these are going to give you some type of reaction because this is such a strong candle. Buyers are waiting. Even me, I'm like, I can't step into this. You remember what I was saying earlier? I was like, I needed to give me a pullback, and this is one of those type of pullbacks where I would love to get into. So now it's starting to give a deep pullback again, but it still hasn't gone lower. So I think this might be the top of the block. And give it a few more seconds before I decide, because I want to risk like maybe 20 to 30 bucks micro, because I'm gonna do this in micro. I got an account that I've been trying to save. Like yesterday, I put 150 in it. Yeah, this thing looks like we're gonna have. It could be an evening star too, based on this too. That's another problem. It popped. It popped back up. Where are you now? Nice. That's way. That's the way of sticking with it. Yeah. Okay. Nice. 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 Let's see if we can recapture this wick here using that Maribozu. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. 800. And you could reinvest that in whatever you need, even if you're doing some compound work. You, you did the reinvest. Do you do the compound challenge? Have you ever done it? Okay, we're gonna recapture this week. Yeah, I got to like 1,500, and then I made a bonehead move, got down to like 700, and I told myself to start over. So I'm on my start over again, and I'm up 200. Damn, don't tweeze the top. Take 100 from your dividends and just let that pay for it. Which trades? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. That was the focus. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Correct. Because all you're doing is just doing the same thing and regurgitating for longer time. Yeah. 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 I tried to hold on to this trade, but they came for my stop loss. Took about $9 on micros. Was up like 30 bucks. Ah, don't you dare! Don't you dare go higher now. You unlocked a new level in your head. That's good. Ah, and then it does the highs. Ah! Oh, that would have been like 60, 100 bucks. That's what I was looking for. All right, let me lock this account down and make sure all my trades are closed there. Let me go to my original. All trades are closed there. All right, so that's not bad. I made almost $500 between the two accounts. uh, but next trading session, probably even to next week, I'm probably going to be risking about 700 of it on a higher time frame trade. You see what I mean by the Maribozu? Maribozu confirms that right here. Maribozu, right? No wick at the top, barely a wick down the bottom. That's complete control by the bulls. They let them think that they had control, allowing for liquidity to come into the market. And this whole wick was liquidity for all the sellers that thought they could sell to the downside. Please move. Oh yeah, so you need the charger. Okay. I don't have a charger. Sorry. Say that again. No, yeah, no wick. It's supposed to be like no wick. So that one is taken. That one. Yeah, exactly. Barely any wick. Oh my god. This. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Wait. They only did 0.25. They didn't do 0.50. I'm thinking we're pushing up because of the point 50. Because I was like, oh man, he must have said point 50. Yeah, I heard about. So they're probably pricing it into two more times. Maybe that's what it is. Man, I wanted to do this in options, but I was like, this is way too far, way too fast. Couldn't get it. The real entry was at 708. Oh, we're destroying all time highs. We're doing all types of foolishness now. Mm-hmm. 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 Now the trend might be completely over now. No, I don't think so. Because the Maribozu, without no pure extension, I think they just came from more highs because they felt comfortable holding for this. But I won't be surprised. We're going to test some fair value gap. Look for them to test this level here. Mm-hmm. A nice little reversal somewhere around here. A nice little reversal somewhere around here. Well, you know what? I won't say 2026. What I would say is we should get a good, strong Santa rally. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, it's like enough. Enough is enough. Yeah. Exactly. And that's why learning this is so important. Of course, that's what they do. Whoa, hold on. When did that candle turn into a doji? I'm thinking we was gonna pour out. I blinked for like 2 seconds. Yo, this they might go for more highs. 800. Oh, it's gonna break the doji. It's gonna break the doji. Yep. They're doing red take out green. I mean green take out red. That's what they're gonna do. Yep, they just took out the high just now. Oh my God, this contract was $100. Mm-hmm. No, that's how it usually works. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair because that's what dads do. You know, we're here to protect our kids from doing something reckless is like paramount.
Kayla, mommy needs her tablet. Kayla, mommy needs her tablet. Kayla, mommy needs her tablet.
Yeah, facts. Agreed. Control you. Everybody has control of their own fate. When people are like, oh, they're not fair because I'm this, and unfortunately, if I had these opportunities, I would have, and the blah blah blah, and the blah 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 blah. Right? Yes, some of it is luck, some of it is skill, but at the end of the day, if you do nothing with any of the skills, then whose fault is it? Yeah, and probably never hit a home run ever in his life. Yeah, if you just stick with your skills. I'm not gonna lie, I gave up on sports this year. Have you seen the statistics lately? For you to catch every Dolphin game right now, you have to have Sunday ticket, which is like $500, right? And then for what was that other one? For NBA, it's pushing almost $2,000 to catch all the Miami Heat games for the year because you need to have Peacock because NBC now has the rights for the NBA distribution. You gotta get some type of TV service for the times that it does end up on TNT, ESPN. ESPN owns the NFL Network now, so that plays a part. So if you go, you gotta get the NFL subscription for Dolphin games. You gotta get the NBA TV app for certain games. Like it's when they broke it all down, it's like $1,600 something for that. Well, but I'm just saying I'm giving up on sports. Like, if I really want to watch sports, I'm just gonna go so that way I can focus on trading. That's how I kind of look at it, right? If I really want to watch sports, then I'm just gonna go ahead and just go to like a sports bar, hang out with friends, get some beers, and use their TV. But I'm not pouring money into sports like that anymore. I feel like we're being abused at this
I
point.
was kidding. I was outside. I was just. Yes, I just completed the last.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Here comes that 800 level. We got a new 30-minute candle, so they're gonna at least spike it. All right, well, let me let YouTube go. I'll see y'all on the other side. Y'all have a great day because we about to go into some charts.